course, Jan's mother is from Italy, and Jan has visited Rome many times during her life, and she has family there. This is her auntie Nara and her children Walter and Sabrina. Auntie Nara is an incredible person, just warm and sweet and really, really funny. She was very kind to the girls, and they really enjoyed being with her. And here are the next generation of cousins. The two in the middle are um, Sabrina and Davide's children. They're Aurora and Andrea. And then the other two are Walter's girlfriend, Graziella's children. And we had a wonderful dinner with the whole group. They say you can't get a bad meal in Italy, and our experience certainly indicates that that's true. Then it was off to see the sights, and of course we started with the icon of Rome, the Colosseum. This is a model of ancient Rome showing where the Colosseum was in relation to everything else. And this is what it looks like today. Um, it's an amazing feat of engineering, of course, made out of concrete, which the Romans invented. I was frankly surprised. It's in pretty bad shape, but it's better part of 2,000 years old, and a pretty amazing sight. It was pretty crowded, as you can imagine, but we definitely enjoyed seeing the Colosseum. Right next to the Colosseum is the Palatine Hill, and this is where the emperors lived, where their palaces were built. This is a picture of Jan looking at the Colosseum from the Palatine Hill, the view the emperors would have had. And as you enter the Palatine Hill, you enter through Titus's Arch. Titus was the emperor that destroyed Jerusalem in 70 AD, and he in fact built the Colosseum. This shows him carrying off the treasures of the temple. That's what he used to build the Colosseum with. Augustus was the first Roman emperor, and these are the ruins of his house, which I think is pretty amazing. He was the emperor of Rome at the time that Jesus Christ was born and lived, and you can still see paintings on the walls. Of course, there were other Roman emperors that built on and expanded the palace. In fact, the word palace comes from Palatine Hill, and these are some of the massive ruins that show how the emperors lived. Right next to the Palatine Hill is the Circus Maximus, which was the biggest sports arena ever built by man, bigger than anything that is there today. These are more ruins of the palaces. These are later additions to the palace. These are baths, imperial baths. So I was really quite amazed how extensive the ruins are, how much is actually left. And they had a little balcony overlooking the Circus Maximus, so they could watch the sporting events from their home. This is what's left of the Circus Maximus, which isn't much, but you can at least tell where it was. And then downtown Rome, ancient downtown Rome, is what we call the Roman Forum today. So all these things were in pretty close proximity. Again, there's massive ruins left. This is the Senate building, which I was amazed to see is a complete building. It still exists. Here's a grotto that was originally part of Nero's palace. Has a fountain in it. Uh, And here's Emma in the grotto waiting to see the emperor.
What?
This is the famous Trajan's Column, erected by the Emperor Trajan in about 100 AD. The Emperor Trajan was the one who led Rome in its most expansive phase. This is a carved column showing all of his military exploits. And then right next to his column is Trajan's Forum. And in the background there you can see that's Trajan's Market, which was the world's first shopping mall. Then on a rainy Sunday we went to visit another branch of the family outside of Rome in Grottaferrata. This is Jan with her Aunt Marisa and her children, Christina, Marina, and Paolo, cousins that Jan has known from childhood. And here are Emma and Maddie with Christina's children, Sophia and Alice, who are now Facebook friends. And here's Paolo, his wife Sabrina, and their two boys, Mattia and Niccolo Bacci. And again, we had a fabulous meal with the whole family. Like I say, it was a rainy day. After dinner, they took us for a little tour of the area. Grottaferrata is named after the grotto over which this church was built 1100 years ago. It's still being used. In fact, the day we were there, they were practicing for a wedding. This is the interior of the church. It's not all 1100 years old, but the oldest part of it is. And then we went off to see the Pope's summer house at Castle Gandolfo on a lake close to Grottaferrata. Here's Jan in front of the Pope's summer palace with her cousin Marina and her daughters Gemma and Julia. And here's the setting. The Pope's summer palace is on this lake. The lake, coincidentally, was also the Emperor Caligula's vacation playground.
Your turn, Emma.
Having seen the Pope's summer palace, we decided to take a look at the main house. So off we went to the Vatican. Here are the Swiss Guards, and here is the famous St. Peter's Basilica, the largest Christian cathedral in the world. Right inside is the Pietà by Michelangelo. And then this is a statue of St. Peter. It's traditional to rub his feet for a blessing. This is the Dome of St. Peter's, designed and built by Michelangelo. And under the dome is the altar of the basilica. And under the altar is purportedly the grave of the Apostle Peter. You can see here's under the altar. You go down there, and the original St. Peter's was built by the Emperor Constantine over a graveyard that dates to the time of the Apostle. This is the Castle St. Angelo on the Tiber River. It was originally built as the tomb for the Emperor Hadrian. So both it and the bridge are very, very old. We trying to find our way around. We wanted to find the Pantheon, which is a little bit hard to find. We ended up in the Piazza Navona, where we had $75 worth of ice cream. And then we finally found the Pantheon. This is a picture of what it looked like when it was new. It was built again by the Emperor Hadrian. And this is what it looks like today. I was probably more impressed with this than anything that I saw in Rome because it's still in beautiful condition and is still in fact being used for Catholic
It's
services.
just open. When
This
it rains, it
was
rains all
for
the
centuries and centuries the largest
Yeah,
dome
'cause it's all wet.
in the world. Um, this was completed in about 120 AD.
This is good, but if he's standing
It
there
was
for
built
40
over a
minutes,
site. The old Pantheon was built by Julius
Yes.
Caesar, and then this was built over it.
It's about time we switch off.
It's pretty amazing. Finally, we stopped at the monastery of the Capuchin monks to see their interior design. The Capuchin monks were very bored and decorated their monastery with the bones of their departed colleagues. The girls really enjoyed it.